obstacles, but before I do that, since Marlo is on this camera, most of you know him, maybe some of you don't. Turn around for the audience, turn around. He represents What's Up Kansas City and Cascade Sports. They are always filming Hogan students, finding out what's going on. They do a lot in the community about what's going on, specifically within the Black community as well. So they're here just filming some of Mr. Flowers' presentations, and they will be interviewing some of our speakers for today. So, and he might pull a few students to ask, what have you learned? And then they put it on their website. So, with that being said, Mr. Flowers is here today. Last year, for those that were here, we had a great panelist full of athletes who participated in the sport at the college level. This presentation is a little different, but I guarantee you'll walk away at least feeling empowered or finding out that, my life is not as bad as I thought it was, or there's somebody who's experienced the same things that I'm experiencing. Mr. Flowers is here to talk to you all about overcoming obstacles. I met him a couple years ago when he presented at a school that I worked with, and then we reconnected when I started working here at Hogan because he's a mentor to several of our students within this school. He runs his own organization called Higher Impact. A lot of you always ask, Ms. Moore, how'd you get that really cool jacket? That's his organization. So when you see our students who have on that black jacket back there, that's his organization. Okay, but I don't think he's gonna go in depth about his organization. He'll talk about it, but he's the one that's behind that. And his beautiful wife, Miss Flowers, also. They run their own organization. So he's here to talk to you about careers, but really he's here to talk to you about overcoming obstacles. So, Mr. Tyrone Flowers.
All right, before I get started, I got a few questions for you, since this is Career Day. Who all know the difference between a non-for-profit business and a for-profit business? Just raise your hand. Stand up and tell me what's the difference. Yeah, I ask you to stand up. All right, you got one over here. Stand up. Because you got a lot of young people. When you hear the word non-for-profit, I'm not going to get paid. They're not making no money. Why would I go in the field for non-for-profit if I can't take care of myself? The non-for-profit, you can make just as much money as people that's for-profit. Like the young man said, the only difference is the people that you're serving don't pay you. There are people that believe in your cause, whether it be you helping animals, you helping youth, cure for cancer, whatever it is. There's a group of people out there that want to see you be successful in that area, and what they will do is donate to your organization the necessary funding for you to run it. You will collect a check that will be sufficient enough for you to pay your bills, for you to have a car, for you to take care of your family. But the only difference is the people that you're serving does not pay you. All right, for-profit, obviously, whoever you're getting your service from, they're giving you money. There's a lot of opportunities in the field of non-for-profit. How many of you are going off to college? All right, and I'm quite sure you all know what you want to be. Who all know what they want to be? She said, go ahead. Huh? Psychologist? Charlie Brown?
Either chemical engineer or
Okay, one more. Over here. Who all know? All right, psychologist and photographer. Now that's great. Do you know the sacrifice and dedication and what it's going to take to accomplish that goal? How many years do you have to go to school? You said 8? Okay. Now that's 8 if you do everything right and if you stay on track and you don't change your major. Now, have you talked to your teachers about how many times people change their major when they go off to college? Statistics, most freshmen who go off to college will change their majors 3 or 4 times because you have an ideal of what you want to do. But once you start taking those classes and once you start interacting with people in that field, you may say to yourself, this is not what I thought it was. That's why it's very important for you guys to do interns. It's very important for you to do job shadowing. Somebody in your field. It's very important for you to do tours of facilities that do what you do. because you don't want to spend a lot of your time and find out that's not what you want to do. When I decided to go off to college, I wanted to be an accountant at first. I thought that'd be the easiest job in the world. Think about it. It's only cheating if you use a calculator while you're in school. If I'm an accountant and I'm managing your money, you would want me to use whatever tools necessary to be accurate. So I figured once I got through college, I'm gonna be sitting at the desk with a calculator, counting your money, doing some add and subtraction, and that would be it. Guess what? When I got off to college, it was a little bit more than that. It was a whole bunch of math classes that I'm not good at. I changed my mind the first day I walked on the college campus. I had no idea what I was going to replace my major with. But I'm here to tell you, you don't need to major. You don't need to declare a major really until your junior year. Because you're going to take so many required classes, whether you're an accountant, whether you're a psychologist, whether you're a sociologist, you all are required to take the same classes. So that's my little advice about preparing to go to college. But going back into careers, how many of you all feel that your background have uniquely prepared you for what you want to do? Why? Okay, all right. You? Say what? Now, what you want to major in? Entertainment business, doing what? Okay, okay. Anybody else that your background and your experience have uniquely prepared you for your passion and what you want to do and make a living?
We talk about sports with my friends and my family, like games and stuff like that, because I feel like I have a lot of knowledge. Sports business is something.
Okay. And now, that's always a great start, is having passion for what you want to do. Now, how many of you all feel that your background and your past have created some obstacles that's going to get in the way of what you want to do?
I know that my path is not always going to the right direction, but I know if I stay on the right track, even through the obstacles, I know I'm going to make it on the right.
Let's throw out some of those obstacles. What are obstacles that you all are dealing with? You got your injury. What else? Obstacles that our high schoolers are dealing with that may prevent you from going to that next level. Grades, very important. Peer pressure, huge. One more. Finance, that's really big. Enough resources that will pay your whole college career easily. And you do not have to be the smartest or the brightest or come from privilege. Do you know a lot of scholarships, what they're looking for is discipline and consistency. A certain GPA, because not everybody's gonna make all A's. Let's just be real. You become a good investment. I have a degree, I have a law degree, I have an undergraduate degree in sociology, one in psychology. I have a fellowship from Georgetown University, from their Public Policy Institute on juvenile justice reform. I have a fellowship from Morgan State University, a Congressional Black Caucus Political Education and Leadership Institute fellow, and I got an associate degree from Penn Valley. Now, that's a lot of education, but guess what? I don't even like education. Why do you think I went through my life and spent close to 20 years getting education? Why? Say it again. Okay, your past. What else? Why would you put yourself through that pain of listening to teachers, you know, all that homework to be successful? And she hit on the head. There's 3 ways you can be successful in life. It's who you know, what you know, and what you have. Let me give you an example. Who you know. Now, I don't like this particular person. We're going to say LeBron James. For some of you all that like LeBron. Now, if you know LeBron right now, and you got connects where you can get some tickets and whatever, you have a lot of people want to hang out with you that don't like you, don't care about you, but because you know LeBron, they want to be your friend. If you're a young man that happen to have an attractive sister, sometimes people think they're popular. It's not them. They just have a crush on your sister. Or if you're a person that happen to have a nice car, it's not about you. It's the fact that you got transportation. All right. Now the distinction between what you know and who you know and what you have, why, what you know is more important is, if that relationship go bad with LeBron, guess what? They're gonna drop you. If you wreck your car, guess what? They're gonna drop you. But your knowledge, you will never lose. They got a statistic out, they say if you make a millionaire poor, he become a millionaire again. Why? He knows the knowledge. Guess what? If you make a broke person rich, they become poor again. Look at the statistics of all those people that win those lotteries. They become poor again. They don't know how to handle success. It's stressful. Everybody in their family wants some money. How do I manage this? When do I say no? That's why you look at all these athletes that run into these fat contracts, and you look at them about 10 years later, they're broke. They forget that they got to pay taxes on the property that they pay cash for. Tax evasion. They're the small things because they don't have the knowledge. And so get your education. All right, now we're going to talk about some obstacles. Everybody in life got their obstacles. I mean, let's just keep it real. Some obstacles are obvious because we can look at them from the outside. As you can see, I'm in a wheelchair. All right, some people got obstacles that's on the inside. My limitations may be physical. Some people's limitations may be mental. It may be emotional. It may be academics. We all have our obstacles. But my question for you, as I speak, are you going to let your obstacles and your challenges stop you? Now, it's a cliche to say, no, I'm not. But I want you to really ask yourself, are you going to let your challenges and your obstacles stop you? Because people will give you an excuse to fail. They will tell you right now, because of the color of your skin, because of your parents, because of your situation, guess what? It's okay. We don't expect much of you. I know people didn't expect a lot of me being in this wheelchair. I know people didn't expect a lot of me the day I was born. Born out of wedlock to teenage parents. The day I was born, my mother gave me up because she said, I don't want to be a mother. And my father, he was too young. He was absent. All the way up to the age of 10, and that's when he was murdered. He was shot numerous times. To this day, I don't know the circumstances around his death. But that created a stigma. A lot of people when I was young, even though I was living with my grandmother, some people teach you, they call you an orphan. They call you all types of names. It makes you mad, it makes you frustrated. It makes you want to wonder, why me? Why don't I have two parents? Why can't I wake up in the morning and see somebody that looks just like me? The people that brought me into this world. And for them to care about me, whether I'm clean, whether my stomach is full. I didn't have that. My grandmother, and I thank God for her, she raised me with her 12 other children. So can you imagine living in a 3-bedroom home with 13 people? Yes. Very crowded. We had limited resources. Sometimes one meal a day was considered a good day. A lot of my clothes was either too big or too small. They was hand-me-downs. My grandmother was not going to no mall. I didn't go to mall was when I was young. It was little stores, TG&Y, finding what she could to support us. Now I was mad, I was frustrated, because I would look at kids like you and say, man, look how nice they dress. They got name brand shoes. Why me? Why can't I have nice things? But even though I was poor and I was struggling, pretty much everybody around me was going through the same thing. But something happened at the age of 7, my life was drastically changed. Drastically changed. My grandmother became ill and I was removed from her home. Now, being around my family members, my uncles and aunts, they loved me, that was normal. But now I was placed in a foster home because my family was considered unfit for me. My uncles and aunts wasn't doing the things that they were supposed to. See, when I was young, they exposed me to a lot of things at an early age. Drugs, sex, alcohol. Because they was about 10 to 15 years older than me, and that's what they was experimenting with. I got high at the age of 6. They would go to the clubs and leave me there to babysit. Maybe they taught me how to change their diaper, burp them, warm up the bottle. They out. 6 years old, and you got an infant in front of you. Grew up real fast. Real fast. I did my first burglary at the age of 8. Think about it. I didn't know I was breaking into someone's home. They had put me in that small window right above the kitchen sink and tell me to go through that window, go through the front, open up the door. And I do it. Because at the time, I just thought I was hanging out with mom and my aunts and having fun, not realizing all the destructive behavior I was learning. So long story short, I was placed in 3 different foster homes. In each foster home, I was abused, physically, mentally, and emotionally. I was told I'd never amount to anything. Most people said I'd be dead or in jail by the time I'm 18. I'd be just like my father. I was angry. I was frustrated. And there's 3 things you can do with anger. You can take it out on yourself, you can take it out on others, or you can destroy property. And one thing my family gave me was a high self-esteem. So I didn't take it out on myself, but I took it out on others, and I would destroy things. Why me? So after those 3 different...
CMG wants you to always remember, the victory we call success goes to the best prepared. When you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Thanks.